Hello everybody, myself Sayyida Radazabi. Hopefully all are doing great. This is a very first video of mine where I'll be speaking about the part 1 of the Indian Constitution. So let's begin. So before moving to part 1, let's know a short introduction about the Constitution. So Constitution is the supreme most law of the land. So Constitution is considered as the supreme most law in India, which is also known as mother of all laws. So basically, Constitution provides some basic principles to administer the government. It provides their rights and duties to the citizens. So the Constitution of India is a very important law in the Indian administration. So now, in the Constitution of India have totally 25 parts and 448 articles as per 2022 amendment. So now let's speak about part 1 of the Indian Constitution, which is Union and its territories, which consist of Article 1 to 4. Let's begin. So, Article 1 of the Indian Constitution states, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So what is the meaning of union? So basically union means a unit together. So what are the states we have? Together it forms a territory, a country, which is India, Bharat. So the Article 1 states India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So what are the states we have? It will be one union of all the 29 states of India. And in states and territories thereof shall be specified as in fourth schedule. So as I mentioned before, so all the union territories and the states is being listed in the schedule 1 of the Indian Constitution. The territories of India shall comprise, so the territories of India shall comprise in the sense it would consist of the territories of the states. So whatever the territories of the boundaries, it would contain the states and the union territories in the first schedule. So as I mentioned, so what are the union territories India have? It would be specified in first schedule. It would consist of that. It would consist of the states and other territories and the other borders or the other land except India, what India would acquire, that would also be consisted in this. Let's move on to Article 2 of the Indian Constitution. So Article 2 states, Parliament may by law admit into the Union. So what's Parliament? Parliament are both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So the Parliament may by law admit into the new union. So in the union, the territory of India, by law, the Parliament may admit or establish new states. So the Indian Constitution allocates the power to the Parliament so that it has a power within the territory of the India. It can by law add or establish new states. It can either admit new union or it can establish new states. For example, in 2014, Andhra Pradesh was divided into two, Andhra and Telangana. So the Parliament has a power. So in the union, it can either establish a new state or such terms and conditions as it thinks fit. So basically, if the Parliament thinks that particular terms and condition fits to establish a new or to add the new states into the union, it may have a power to add that particular states according to Article 2 of the Indian Constitution. Now, let's move on to Article 3 of the Indian Constitution, which states Parliament may by law form a new state. So by law, Parliament is given a power to form any new state and the state by separation of any union territory. So by the separation of any other union territories, India can include it in our state and it can form a new state through that. And or state by uniting two or more states. So if we have two or more states, we can just unite those states and form one particular state by within the territory, or state by any territory to the part of the state. So as I mentioned, so either by uniting two or more states, or a state by any other union territory's part. So we can just, if India acquire any part of other union territory, it can form a new state through that and increase the area of the state. The parliament has a total power to either increase the area of any state or to diminish the area of the state. It can either increase the area or decrease the area of the states. So continuing Article 3 of Indian Constitution, it gives the power to the parliament to alter the boundaries of the state. So it can alter the boundaries. So as in the separation of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, the boundaries were distributed among the two states. So parliament have a total power to alter the boundaries of the state and alter the names of the state. The parliament also have a power to alter the names of the state, as Odisha was made as Odisha. So the parliament is given a total power to either add it from any other union territory, to either to add two states and make it to one, to alter the boundaries of the state and as well as alter the name of this. So what in the sense, if we can take any other part by acquiring from any other union territory, can we give our land to other union territories? So the same was questioned in the Berubari case of 1960. So in the Berubari case of 1960, while the distribution of India and Pakistan during 1947, the part of Berubari, that is in West Bengal, was left out, which was not given to either of the country. And hence the dispute started. So later the Berubari was given as in the sense, during the time of after independence, India and Pakistan were divided according to the majority of the people. So in the states where the majority of Muslims were there, that was given to Pakistan, and the states where majority of Hindus were there, it was given to India. But in the Berubari, when the state decided to give it to Pakistan, it had more population of the Hindus. So the people of that particular area raised their voice against it and held that it would not belong to Pakistan. So later the Nehru-Noon Agreement was signed, and the Prime Minister of India at that time, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, according to Article 148 of the Indian Constitution, the President can consult a Supreme Court in any case which the President needs the advice of the Supreme Court. So hence Rajendra Prasad, according to Article 148, consulted the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court held that the Parliament of the India doesn't have power to give its land to the other states. But according to Article 368, due to the suitable situations, we can change it and amend that particular articles. So the Article 368 states that the Parliament or the Supreme Court have a right to amend any part of the Constitution. So according to that, it was amended, and the Berubari was divided into half, which the half of the region went to Pakistan and half of the region came to India. Now let's move to Article 4 of the Indian Constitution. The Article 4 of the Indian Constitution, it states, allows changes in the name of the states mentioned in Schedule. So as I said, all the states of India, the list is being mentioned in the Schedule 1. This Article 4 allows the Parliament to change the names of the states. It can change or alter the names of the states. And Schedule 4. So according to Schedule 4, each and every state is being given seats in the Rajya Sabha, that is upper house of the Parliament. So each and every states are allotted seats in the Rajya Sabha. So when Andhra Pradesh and Telangana were also divided, Andhra Pradesh had 18 seats in the Rajya Sabha, among which 10 were given to Andhra Pradesh and 7 were given to Telangana. So in this sense, our Schedule states that each and every state should be allowed to have seats in the Rajya Sabha. And it also states that all these changes would not be considered as amendment. Those are just changes, either the names of the states, alteration of the names, or alteration of the seats in Rajya Sabha. It won't be considered as amendment in the constitution. Those are just changes made. So here it comes to an end, the part of the Constitution of India. If you guys have any doubt regarding this, please comment below, and I'll be making more videos on this. And if you guys have any doubts or any topics to suggest me to make a video on, please